to go ahead and I guess preface this entire video, apparently America is suffering from something called missing white girl syndrome, according to some people, which is essentially a claim that America is only really fascinated if the people who go missing are like some sort of straight white male or woman, and basically insinuates that Americans don't generally care as much if people who are of, you know, people of color origins, different ethnicities, people in the LGBTQ plus community, things like that, you know, people.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that is so true. I've never seen like any reports of, hey, we're like investigation, like documentaries of, hey, this black dude was found. Oh, this gay dude was found, murdered. Oh, hey, this, like, what's it called? Like, you know, not like what's it called? Like, what's it called? God, what do you want to call it? Forensic Files. Forensic Files did multiple genders, multiple ethnicities, multiple whatever. Like, dude, because these 4 black people, Lori forced this. They tortured this one white dude, and they didn't. What's it called? They didn't get attention for it. Now, oh, you're saying black people do all that stuff? No, 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 no. I have like a couple of black friends of mine, and they are some of the most nicest, most friendliest people I've ever met. They are actually, what do you want to call it? They're nice people. They don't, what's it called? They don't harm anyone. They're not mean. They're really nice. I'm not saying, I'm not pointing the finger at certain, like, gender, race, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying, like, why do we focus on only white people going missing? God, I hate this.
Minority groups in society, you know, if they go missing, apparently America doesn't care, but if it's a white person, everyone freaks out. And the recent, I guess, big example that they've been using is Gabby Petito, who in and of herself has tragically become a pretty massive news story. So if you did not know, Gabby Petito was a woman who went missing a little while ago at this point. I mean, this story, it feels like, has been going on for like 2-3 weeks, something like that. Now that I found the Wikipedia, literally, as I was saying this, apparently she disappeared on August 30th. She was known for being an influencer who, like, lived out of her van or something like that, and, like, took trips across the United States with her fiance. They found her remains in the Bridger-Teton National Forest in Wyoming on the September 19th, 2021, and an autopsy said that her, I guess, manner of death was a homicide/murder. From my understanding, they haven't been able to find this Brian Laundrie guy, who is, I guess, the suspect number 1 in this whole thing, and they've been looking for him for the last few days now, and it's evolved into a massive news story, okay? It's kind of sparked, you know, this massive global, I guess, movement to help find justice for Gabby Petito, which obviously is very deserved. I mean, nobody deserves to be brutally murdered and, you know, have their remains dumped off in the middle of a national forest. That's a pretty horrible thing to have happen to you. So obviously, you know, this Brian guy needs to be fined and the death needs to be solved. But people have been making it out as if this is some sort of racial issue, that, you know, this whole Gabby Petito thing is a racial thing. People only care because she's a white woman. Now, to be honest with you, I definitely think that in some circumstances, maybe people do actually care, like legitimate racists care, but I really feel as if, like, the vast majority of people, the only information we really get for missing people is simply what the media gives us. So if the media just, you know, hands us 90% white women being, I guess, going missing, then people are really only going to respond how that information is designated to them, okay? I mean, the vast majority of people do not just go around looking for missing persons cases. They have to come to them through the news or through, like, an Amber Alert or something like that. Well, per usual, you know, the media has taken off with this whole Gabby Petito situation. They've been writing, you know, 24/7 articles about it and talking about it, and it's been upsetting some people. And this article that I saw, which is called Care About Gabby Petito, but Keep That Same Energy for People of Color and LGBTQ People Too, kind of just highlights, I think, a lot of problems with the argument that's kind of going on in this situation. So, Gabby Petito's disappearance and death have been all over the internet for weeks. We've seen timelines created, police body camera footage released, and even the social media feds jumped in to find the missing influencer. While hardly anyone would argue against showing support or care for any potential victim of violence, it's fair to say that there are quite a few who just want to make sure that we keep that same energy next time the victim isn't a cisgender white woman. Petito's harrowing case has generated mystery and suspense fueled by the media's response to her disappearance, but it led many to call out disparities with how missing young white women are portrayed in the media versus their people of color or LGBTQ counterparts, and are demanding the same attentiveness across the board. Now, as authorities continue to search for missing people like 19-year-old Maya Marcano, who recently vanished in Central Florida after failing to board her flight home. These activists' eyes are on the media to see if her story will be covered with the same fervor. People like MSNBC's Joy Reid referred to the disparity as, quote, missing white woman syndrome, a phrase coined by the late PBS anchor Gwen Iddle that speaks to the phenomena of the widespread, get it, widespread, media interest around stories involving missing white women. So they kind of tell the story realistic.
It makes our hearts happy again, knowing that, you know, she's feeling better and she's not in pain.
Realistically, in the first two paragraphs here, I mean, the missing influencer is really the key word here. I don't think that this story would have ever have really became as big as it did if this woman was not an influencer. Like, I remember when this whole thing was starting to first break down, and that was what was in the title of, like, articles and stuff. It wasn't Gabby Petito missing, it was missing influencer Gabby Petito, and shit like that. This case really got the attention that it's gotten because she was like a YouTuber slash Instagram star slash influencer, whatever, right? The point is I believe she had thousands, if not tens of thousands of combined followers by the time that she went missing, okay? So she had a sizable online following. She was not just, you know, some random person, I guess, who was just out, you know, working at McDonald's, you know, going to school or whatever. She was somebody who already had attention around her, okay? And, I mean, if celebrities or something go missing, like, it's not a surprise that that comes up in the news a lot more than if someone else were to die. I mean, it doesn't make it right. Obviously, you know, we should be, you know, focusing on people going missing regardless, but the reality of the situation is if you have 50,000 Instagram followers and they notice that, you know, you haven't posted anything in 3 weeks, a lot more people there are going to be asking questions about that than fucking, you know, little Billy who lives down the block, okay? I mean, it really is just kind of common sense. I really don't think that this has as much to do with race as people are demanding. I mean, once again, certainly for some people, it may. There are people out there
Really?
who are racist and hateful, but I feel like that it's being over-exaggerated, you know, how much people just don't care about these other stories. And let's go ahead and talk about the real issue here, okay? So MSNBC's Joy Reid calls it white woman syndrome, but like I said earlier in the video, right, people really only know about people going missing and shit like that if the media reports on it, you know? So, with that being said, it cracks me up that all these people who literally are part of the fucking media are the ones saying that it's basically our faults. You know, we need to change our energy about how we look at things when it comes to people of color and the LGBTQ plus community. I didn't know that my brain was an automatic fucking police scanner just looking for missing people, okay? I didn't know that that was the case, but if you didn't realize by now, these people who are talking this kind of shit, they're the ones that are at fault for the problem that they're complaining about. So, this article comes from NBCLX, which is some sort of minor affiliate group or whatever of NBC, which is one of the largest news and broadcasting corporations in the world. So I went ahead and did a little bit of an advanced search, I guess, on Twitter, right? So I searched their account tweets for the phrase missing black teen girl boy, or I also looked for missing or black or teen or girl or boy. Just, you know, to see if these people have, you know, kept to their own word, right? We need to be talking about people of color going missing more often. We need to defeat white woman syndrome. And, yeah, nothing came up. So, not literally one time ever have they reported on, you know, like, let's say, a missing teenage black girl going missing, which happens. But yet they're telling us that, you know, we need to keep that same energy when it happens, right? We need to care more. How the fuck am I supposed to care or even know anything about it if the media doesn't talk about it? Which is the case for literally everybody except for, like, the family and extended family of the people going missing. How the fuck am I supposed to know that a kid went missing in Boston if these people don't talk about it? But yet, you know, they'll turn the blame back around on you, right? It's your fault. You don't care enough. You should care more. You need to do more to help these people. It's your fault, okay? You're the problem. And this is what really pisses me off about the media, okay? Because a lot of people, they're seeing this, and they're not even, like, I guess, second-guessing it or thinking even any deeper than what they're reading, right? Like, they're just reading it and soaking that shit in, and they're not realizing that it's not anyone's fault but the media's, that this problem supposedly even exists in the first place. And all this is going to do is create more fucking division that doesn't need to be made, you know? I don't know if the media's realized or not, but racial tensions are pretty much higher than they've been probably since the civil rights movement. I don't know many other instances except maybe like the LA riots and shit like that where tensions have necessarily been this high. You know what I mean? Like last year, this year, like, it's been a little rough, right? Like, people are not really in the same mental state that they've been, you know, over the last, I guess, my entire lifetime, really. I mean, shit's been pretty bad. Like, a lot of bad stuff's been happening. And the last thing I think we really need right now is the media intentionally creating more fucking division based on racial lines. And at the end of the day, it's their fault. But you see, what they're doing is they're pretending to care. It's a classic media response. They're pretending to care, okay? They act like they care.
Oh my god.
Going missing, but they don't. As long as they can get 40 articles about it out on their website, you know, 2 a day or whatever, your little updates and shit with all these ads and everything, they're cool. As long as they're selling you racial division and telling you that, you know, you don't care about people of color going missing and shit, even though it's their fault, you don't even know what's happening. And, you know, they get them clicks, they get those views, they get that attention that they want, and the, I guess, side effects of it doesn't really fucking matter. At the end of the day, you know, the media that's claiming so much to care about this supposed missing white girl syndrome does literally nothing to combat it, even though they literally could solve the entire issue themselves if they so chose to, but they simply choose not to. It's an issue created by the media for the media's profit, and I think that people, you know, when they see this shit, they should just start saying, hey, okay, well, if you really think that, then where the fuck is your article about these people? Like, don't get it wrong, you know, I'm not against them talking about these things, right? Like, I'm seriously for it. Like, go ahead, talk about people who are missing. I don't care what color you are, you know, where you're from, what you represent, what sexuality or whatever you have. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, people still don't deserve to die and go missing and shit. Like, I feel like that's how the vast majority of people feel too. Like, I don't look at I don't look at it racially. When I'm looking at like a missing person, I'm not like, oh, what a cute little missing white girl. I hope she makes it home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the thought that goes through my head. My thought is like, where the fuck are the parents? One of them missing? Have they stolen the kid? Where could they be? You know what I'm saying? Like, this type of shit just doesn't need to be happening. I mean, Gabby Petito's situation's already sad enough, and regardless of her race or sexuality or gender, I think that she deserves justice. And I think that's really just about as easily as you can say it. Like, everyone deserves justice regardless. I mean, it's just that simple. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus Well, just talking about this whole situation, and signing out.
Why would you expose yourself like this?
Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today, man, we're going to be taking a look at some stuff that just really makes me question the entirety of society, man. I mean, I don't necessarily know what would, I guess, come over you to make you not only do these things, but then post them on the internet and make yourself become a viral sensation like this, but, yeah, man, it's definitely pretty horrible, some of these things. I mean, you gotta just be down terrible for some stuff like this, bro. I mean, especially the ones that we're gonna be taking a look at today, man, these are some of the saddest ones I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, we've made videos, you know, over the year or so, since I started making these kinds of videos, where we kind of just, you know, showed some, I would say, tame ones. Today, man, we're gonna see some just straight up bottom of the barrel down, absolutely tremendous type of stuff. So let's go ahead and start taking a look. So, frowny face, text me, if anything, I'll be here, wilted flower, since you don't like me anymore. Sorry I wasn't the one. Good guys always finish last. Black heart. Goodbye. Then bro gets screenshotted. You screenshot to make fun of me with your friend. Thought you was the one. Now you just got memory. Tell my mama I love her. Hi, this is Ian's mom. He took his life 2 minutes ago. Did he mean anything to you? Yeah, you know, I just got a picture from the mom's perspective, right? You're like a loud bang upstairs, you know, you're in the kitchen or whatever, downstairs watching TV. You run up the stairs, your kid has just completely just...
No, I can't see your party invite.
ICR from COD under the chin, took himself out the game. Is your first reaction to pick bro's phone up?
Can you send me a party invite?
Hey, yo, this is Ian's mom. He killed himself just now. Did he mean anything to you? Like, what the fuck were you thinking, bro? I don't know, man, but... You know, my kid just killed him fucking self, literally, okay? Let's hop on Snap and text the bad bitches, right? Like, come on, man. I don't know what bro was thinking, just a terrible concept. I mean, I guess he was trying to, like, guilt...
We're back. My dog's going psycho. Ow. outside attacking a rock. My dog is literally attacking an inanimate object. He's literally crying over a rock.
Or something, but bro, you did this fundamentally wrong from the jump. Like, you really have some explaining to do when it comes down to it, bro. Collect whatever you can from that loss and move forward to the next week. And I just really like you, so maybe after school tomorrow, if you're down, we can go out sometime. Let me know. Dream of what? That one just didn't land, bro. And that's kind of sad, right? Like, because this, in all reality, could have been one of the biggest comeback L to W stories, maybe of all time. Once again, you get told that they only see you like a brother, or you're like their true brother, or something like that, bro. Game over, dog. You might as well just go ahead and delete that contact and just look forward, dog, because you're just not, that's not working, bro. Like Kid Cudi famously said on Reborn for Kids See Ghosts, I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward, keep moving forward. Like, this is fucking game over, especially since she reacted the way she did, dog, because she knows what you're referring to. She hits you with that, bro, it's game, you know, because let's not pretend like Addison here probably doesn't know about the Help Me Step Bro I'm Stuck videos, okay? So, that playlist you made for me was amazing. Thanks, LOL, it took me like 2 hours to make. Glad you liked it. Liked? Nah, I love it. My boyfriend took me on a date and we listened to it the entire time. That's great. Love you so much, buddy. Less than symbol 3 to insinuate a heart. If you get hit with the love you so much, buddy, bro, like, at that point, what custom loadout you guys take into the final moments? For my last campaign mission, bro, I think I'm gonna run the B23R extended mag red dot sight with the knife. I'm running the double lethal perk, dead silence, and scavenger. Fuck it. Nah, hardline, bro. That gets you one less kill to get your score streaks. All I know is I'm disconnecting from IRL very fucking quickly. So I mean, once again, bro, you're done. If her and her boyfriend listen to your playlist, bro, never again. You gotta delete the number, dog. So, y'all, I've been married to this man right here for 2 years, 3 kids in, and he literally done text 41 of y'all on this page just since February. Yeah, I'm hurt. I gotta know, are they curving him? Yes, girl, none of them replying to him. Bro, alright, honestly, I gotta say, bro kinda deserves that L. I mean, if you're a father and you're out here cheating, dog, I don't know, man. Cheating, not really, I think, excusable really anytime, but when you got 3 kids at home, that's definitely a little bit more of an issue. You know what I'm saying? Bro literally went 0 for 41. Like, that has never been done before in IRL history. This motherfucker shot 0 for 41. Bro had 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 for 41 on 44 minutes of playing. One of the worst performances in history. I get 41 is a small fraction of the amount of fish out there in the sea for everybody, but bro, if you go 41 straight and they're just saying no, that's gotta hurt the confidence, bro, especially if you're cheating, right? But let's also go ahead, we have reports that the coaches are challenging this play for another potential L on part of the person exposing him, the mother of his children, and after official review, the referees have indeed reversed their call. An L will also be awarded to the mother because imagine you settle down and have 3 kids with somebody. Not only does he go to cheat, but 41 women reject him. The mother and father of 3 children have watched the father now be rejected 41 straight times on social media by other bitches. Bro needs to be in a mental jacket, in a mental facility, in a straight jacket, okay? Like, they gotta help bro, okay? Because he's in some trouble, but... say about it, I think everyone can look at this and just see the cringe, right? I mean, bro got a pair of keys tossed into his breadbasket and acted as if he was shot with a 38 special. Bro looked like a Red Dead 2 NPC when you shoot the motherfucker off the horse and they like grab their chest and dramatically fall back. Bro looked like he got the base revolver to the chest and robbed in RDR2. So there are a lot of people questioning the validity of this video, and I gotta say, just from everything going on, I'm gonna do it too. I'm not sure if this is real or not. Honestly, it's an L either way, bro. First off, if this is a real clip, L for the behavior. You know what I'm saying? You can't behave this way in any circumstances. I don't know what you were doing. Come on now, let's be better. If it's fake, even then, bro, L. I mean, like, yeah, it's not real or whatever, but you really sat down and filmed this, and your parents could see this, and your friends could see this. If this was one of my friends, bro, they'd never hear the end of it. That's all I'm saying. Like, our friend group would be shredding, bro, about this. Like, there would just be no, I guess, like, let up on it. So, but before we go any further, we're about to take a look at potentially the largest L in human history. I have seen nothing like this, man. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Bro, all you're doing is fucking laughing. Alright, it was sad at first, but now you're making it ridiculous. Like I said, like, I'm sorry your date left you behind, dog, but me right now. I need you to come up here. They can't just do this. You know I'm in quarantine. I can't go anywhere. What the hell do you need me to come up there for? A ride? You for real? Two guys just came and talked up the girl I came to the party with, and she took them both upstairs. I'm more than positive they're piping her shit. I need you to come up here so we can handle them both and her. Fuck you mean and her? I just went to the room. They all went in. They beat her shit down, bro, and she probably isn't even thinking about it. Why would you go up there, dog? I've never seen this side of you. You want to hold her hand while they're busting her shit in, bro? Just leave the party or go talk to someone else. Come up here before I air this fucking party out. You don't even own a gun. Bro, what did you mean when you said we gotta handle her too? I'm crying. Women shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's a done deal, bro. Just leave the party. I can't. Why? I'm her ride. Oh, she used you for a ride. Leave the damn party, bro. Perhaps the saddest 3 screenshots in iMessage history, dog. 4 people almost lost their lives that night. The 2 dudes who took his bitch, the woman in question, and bro himself. Almost all 4 of them got taken out. This would have been on the national news. You know what I'm saying? If dude owned a gun, everyone in there is fucking dead. Not only that, so he goes to a party with this girl. You know, he thinks after the party or whatever, right, he's gonna take her home and he's gonna have some ass, right? He's gonna go and do his thing. No, not even close. Dude takes her to the party. She gets a fucking train ran on her by some strangers. Bro has a queasy gut feeling. He can't breathe all of a sudden. The tears burn on his face. He's sweating on his back and armpits. He's talking about killing everyone in there, but he can't because he doesn't have a gun. Like, bro, I would never tell anyone this. Like, if someone asked me, like, hey, yo, bro, how's the party? And, you know, my girl that I took here got a train ran on her by 2 people. I'm like, oh, yeah, bro, I'm having a good time. You know, just kicking back, having some drinks with the people or whatever, smoking a little bit. No chance in hell am I ever about to be like, yeah, this just happened to me. Wow. With that being said, man, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus. Well, watching this go down and just...
Zach's gun rant compilation.
The outsiders ravage our lands. What's to become of our...
Just like my asshole's been ravaged by Morton Culver's.
This is only the beginning.
Rated PG-13.
Save up to 70% on your favorite brands at Nordstrom Rack. So good, so good, so good. I got what I need and it's...
So I'm gonna go on a slight rant about guns here. No one likes it when you do that. Keep it in your pants. There is absolutely no reason to make a light infantry weapon with a 308 full auto. It is pointless. Why not? Let's say you're gonna shoot at that right there. Okay. By round 3, you're up here. Okay. Because a powerful kick, you mean? Yes. Especially on the G3, which is roller delayed blowback. It is an incredibly violent recoil.
What if you found a way to suppress the recoil? Then it would make sense, wouldn't it?
Not really, because it's kind of hard unless your rifle is just really, really heavy.
So you're saying any weapon with automatic fire that has recoil is bad, huh?
No, just 308. Anytime I... Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today, man, we're going to be taking...
This fish is not what you think it is. 3 hours. Oh, it's 3 hours ago.
Welcome to the messed up world of common names. Today we're basically going to talk about why you should never, ever, ever use common names when trying to identify fish. So most of the things that you know fish by are common names. But there's some serious problems and just some serious stupidity going on with common names. And when you're IDing, especially in any sort of scientific fashion, you should always use the scientific names. And we'll talk about why. So, first things first, let's play a little game. Who can tell me what this is? Why is everyone saying a fish? What type of fish, dumbasses? Obviously it's a fish. I meant what type of fish? Sunfish. Okay. The consensus is it is a sunfish. Okay. Can everyone agree that this is some sort of sunfish, right? You don't have to know exactly which one, but some sort of sunfish? Okay, great. Yes, it's some sort of sunfish. Okay, good. Good. Great. Alright. What is this? Largemouth bass?
It looks like a bass.
Bass. Okay. So this is a sunfish, and this is a largemouth bass. Okay, those are their common names. But what if I told you that they're both sunfish? This is actually a sunfish. It's called a largemouth bass, but it's actually a sunfish. And it's not related to bass whatsoever. Yeah, they're both sunfish. So are smallmouth bass. They're also sunfish. And crappies. They're also sunfish. Okay? And you wouldn't realize that until you looked at the Latin name and saw Centrarchidae, which is the sunfish family, which they both belong to. This is a real bass. This is a black sea bass. This is a true bass. Has absolutely no relation to the largemouth bass. Largemouth bass is just a big sunfish. They called it a bass because somewhere along the line, some scientist looked at this and thought, oh yeah, that looks like a true bass, and decided to name it, even though it really doesn't. I mean, you can clearly see this is like the spiny and the soft part of the dorsal fin are connected, whereas here there's a break in between. So somewhere along the way, some scientists decided to name it a largemouth bass, even though it has no relation to this bass whatsoever. Okay? And so you can start to see sunfish, largemouth bass. Oh wait, they're both sunfish. Called largemouth bass is not actually a bass. So this common name is the worst. It not only doesn't tell you what family this fish is actually in, but it tells you a family that the fish isn't actually in and makes you think it's in. And you start to realize that maybe common names, maybe the dumb things that scientists come up with, or even locals come up with in their cultures when they see fish for the first time, aren't always the best things. Here's a fun one. I included an Among Us meme, and I'm now regretting it because I have to read There's an Imposter Among Us. All of these fish are called sheep's head. This is a sheep's head wrasse. This is a sheep's head. This is a sheep's head porgy. This is a sheep's head minnow. No, wait, this is a sheep's head. Oh, and this is a freshwater drum, which can also be called a sheep's head. All of these, in some culture, in English, can be referred to as a sheep's head. None of them are related whatsoever, might I add. These guys have absolutely no relation whatsoever. Look, when you look at the scientific names, it becomes very clear. You've got Sprinodon variegatus, Archosargus protocephalus, Semicocyphus reticulatus, Elamus penna, and Aplodintus greniens. None of them are even remotely related. There's not even a single shared characteristic in any of the Latin here. And yet, these are the family of sheep's head. You can call them all sheep's head. It is legitimate in some culture across the world that speaks English to call these sheep's head. And this is why common names fucking suck. Because if I call this Archosargus protocephalus, you would say, okay, yes, you mean the sheep's head, the one with the fucked up teeth, good eating, they're starting to show up in New Jersey now. Yeah, scientific names can be difficult to say. I agree. I think that, in my opinion, and maybe I'll talk about it more at the end, I think that scientific names are too complicated for the average person to use. So this creates a weird problem where common names suck, but scientific names are too difficult to memorize. I think that there should be a standard name, which is basically a common name that is universal. So you can call this a sheep's head, but you can only call this a sheep's head if that is the only fish in the English language that you call a sheep's head. The problem is this. So there's a sheep's head family, but that doesn't even come close to comparing to some other quote-unquote families. There are some common names for fish that we use so insanely, widely, even though the things are absolutely nothing related. Just to demonstrate that, I'm going to go through the wide world of perch. These are all of the fish that are called perch. First of all, we have actual perch, the freshwater genus, actually called perch. Balkash perch, European perch, yellow perch. But then we have the temperate perch. Of course, then we have the surf perch, the shiner perch, the pile perch, the barber perch, the estuary perch, the golden perch, the macquarie perch, the Nile perch, the parati perch, the white perch, the rock perch, the Sacramento perch, the silver perch species, the climbing perch family, the lepomis, which are the sunfish, which are sometimes called perch, the Japanese perch, the pond perch, the blue perch, the Japanese white sea perch, Japanese red sea perch, and Japanese black sea perch. And none of these groups are related. Sebastes, Batis, lepomis, Coreoperica, oh Jesus Christ, Leopotheropon, Pilianus, Byardella, Archopolites, Perca. These are the only ones that are related. The Perca family. Moroni. That's more related to the fucking striped bass, the actual sea bass. Amblyplites, Lates, Macquaria, Cassioperca, Cymatogaster. You see what I mean? There's like 1,000 fucking perch, and none of them are even remotely related to each other. So when you say perch, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, you could say, oh yeah, this is a white perch. I've caught a white perch. And you're like, oh, a white perch. You could catch it even, like, near fresh water and, like, brackish water or whatever, and you say, oh, a white perch is in the perch family. No, white perch is actually it's not in the perch family. The perch family is only Balcus European and yellow perch. We'll be like, oh, the climbing perches. Oh, the pond perches. Oh, the blue perches. Oh, sunfish? Yeah, we call those perches. None of them are perches. I don't know how to say this better other than common names fucking suck. And so in addition to common names being confusing by the fact that we name things too often with the same names, another fun thing is that whoever discovers the fish generally gets the naming rights, where the common names sometimes come from cultures, okay? So we get some pretty stupid names for fish sometimes. Here's some of my favorite. We have the wabagong, the slippery dick wrasse, the sarcastic fringehead, and the red-lipped batfish. Okay? These are all real common names for fish that if scientific names did not exist, we would have to write these in scientific papers. A scientist would have to say that their study on the slippery dick wrasse was whatever. The last, and I think thing that you guys will find the most interesting about using common names rather than scientific names is you can't tell what family some fish belong to. This is a fish that I caught. This is not a photo of the one that I caught, but I caught off the coast of New Jersey just on Friday. It's called a northern pipefish. They're a cool, elongated fish with armor. And you might think, wow, that's cool. That's a northern pipefish. Just because you hear northern pipefish. But then, when you look at the scientific names, and not just the common names, you see something. The northern pipefish is closely related to the seahorse.
I felt like that too.
And this entire time it's been tricking you. You guys liked the northern pipefish, but you didn't know all along. They were both Syngnathidae. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Exactly. You've been tricked. And let that be a lesson to you on why you shouldn't use common names. They will betray you. You won't realize. Seahorse, but the tail is unraveled. Kind of, yeah. This is like an actually viable version of the seahorse, except it's still stupid. And yeah, that's my presentation on common names and fish. No.
React to the Loch Ness monster discovered. Oh yes.
Loch Ness monster finally found with underwater drone. I am really excited to see this footage of the finally discovered Loch Ness monster. Underwater drone sounds convincing.
With over 1,000 reported sightings of a strange giant creature swimming around in the loch's murky waters. While expeditions have tried to find the elusive beast, we've come up
like, okay, as you grow up, you know, can someone please back me on this? When you start to mature in age, you start to realize that 1,000 is actually a very, very small number compared to what we can go. Take a quintillion. That so it goes hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions, quintillion, sextillion, septillion. octillion, nonillion, and then decillion, or Google or something. I'm not too sure. Numbers get stupid big.
Until now, a recent DNA study may have just solved the case.
Oh.
So what did they
I can't wait for them to go hard on these guys.
in the first place? The truth is, we're not sure, because there's still so much we don't know about the Loch Ness Monster. That's why this beast is without a...
So isn't this one is like an ice flow, right? I've seen that. No, this is an ice flow.
Scotland's oldest and most enduring myth. Who first spotted Nessie? Well, that all depends on who you choose to believe. Allegedly, the first sighting of the monster can be traced back to 565 AD, when an Irish missionary named Saint Columba...
God damn it, Saint Columba. You have no idea what you started. Little did you know in 500 BC, that 2,500 years later, like 30 generations later, some kid would be reacting to a bunch of people. He does not have a good hairline.
Claimed to have encountered a beast unlike anything else. According to Columba's biography, he saw the monster take a bite at a swimmer and was about to attack another man when Saint Columba, the hero, intervened.
Okay, can we just all realize that somebody like literally 2,500 years ago saying I saw a monster, that is dumb. Those are the people that don't even know that, what's it called? They probably don't even know that other races than them exist. They probably don't even know their own anatomy. What I'm trying to point at is that these guys, they're much inferior to us today. Okay? How do you, I'm not trying to joke around, how do you know they couldn't have eaten some? How do you know they didn't go insane? Back then, if I went to go show cavemen cesium exploding in water, they would think it's magic. But realistically, because cesium is such a big element and such on the alkaline metals group, it's not magic, it's science.
Oh, that's interesting. The person
Saying
telling the story was the hero of the story and had to fight off a giant monster, which made him look good. Huh, I wonder if that story could have been biased or made up at all. It's weird.
A man named George Spicer and his wife were supposedly driving down the road next to the loch, which is up here, by the way, about 3 hours drive northwest of Edinburgh. They claim to have seen, quote, the most extraordinary form of animal simply walking across the road in front of their car. While the couple had no idea what the creature was, they compared its looks to something of a dragon or a prehistoric monster.
Wait, I didn't know that anyone thought the Loch Ness Monster was on land. People actually think that?
One of the company's correspondents, Alec Campbell, describes...
Don't people say it's like a plesiosaur or something, or like pleurodon or something like that? How would it get on... Why is it walking across the land?
A year later, in 1934, we were blessed with the first ever photograph of the elusive beast. Dubbed the surgeon's photograph, the snap, taken by Robert Wilson, was published in the Daily Mail. For whatever reason, Wilson didn't want his real name involved. Maybe...
That's weird. Maybe he didn't want his real name involved. Yeah, this is the one that everyone says is a whale dick, which I think is hilarious.
In hindsight, this turned out to be a hoax. Who knows for sure? You see, when zoomed in, we lose our perspective of distance, and it makes the ripples in the water seem far larger. That said, this photo remains significant evidence for a considerable time. Decades later, the photo was all but debunked. A 1975 article in The Telegraph claimed that it was staged, hypothesizing that the creature was actually a toy submarine and all part of a hoax. By this point, people didn't know what to think. There'd been tens of reported sightings through the mid- to
I've never heard that. I heard whale dick. I mean, if it actually was recorded in the loch, then it makes sense. It wouldn't be a whale, it would be a toy submarine. I've never heard that before.
A man who searched for the monster for over 26 years, spending close to 60 hours per week aboard his boat, appropriately named the Nessie Hunter Fool.
Jesus Christ.
If you ask George, he'll tell you that he took this photo on the 3rd of August of 2012, which, as the clearest photo to that point, ramped up interest in the conspiracy.
What?
According to George, Nessie, quote, probably looks kind of like a manatee.
That looks like a fish in water.
Not a mammal. Here's the deal, though. Edwards actually admitted a year later that his photograph was a fake.
What? He dedicated his entire life living on a boat called the Loch Ness, trying to take photos of the Loch Ness monster, finally takes a photo, and then a year later admits that it was fake. The credibility is really lacking here.
However, he insisted that the one he took back in 1986 was genuine. This photo of the 3 humps emerging from the water.
Classic.
But we don't know these guys, so why should we trust their photos to be real? Well, what if we told you that Apple, you know, the giant tech company, has captured its own image of the beast? In April 2014, a satellite image on Apple Maps showed a shadow of something just under 100...
I don't think Apple Maps even has satellite.
What appeared to be a massive underwater creature. The common non-believer reasoning was that it was the ripple effect as a result of a...
Non-believer? What do you mean non-believer? It was literally proven to be the ripple effect of a boat, and the image had the boat photoshopped out of it. It's literally just the ripples coming from a boat that's moving along the water, and then someone photoshopped the boat out of it, and then are like, boom.
Eventually, scientists became fed up with the whole he said notion and decided to investigate Nessie for themselves. Among the professional expeditions was a 1 million pound exploration of the loch called Operation Deep Scan, which lasted an entire week in 1987. With 24 sonar-equipped boats, they scanned as much as they could of the loch. Unfortunately, that was only 60% of its surface area, as they couldn't get accurate readings from parts of the lake that were close to the shore. The conclusion? A waste of money.
They wasted £1 million. Are you serious?
So if they didn't get the parts close to the shore, where the boat would obviously be sticking out of the water or whatever, then you're good. I mean, that was the point. What did you think that was the point? Did they think they were going to find it? Is that why it's a waste of money? Is it they thought they were going to find it and didn't? I thought that the whole point was to prove that it doesn't exist, and then at that point, it's not worth the money. Or it's worth the money.
Evidence of anything. Individuals took it upon themselves to scour the lake as well, including Steve Feltham, who is officially recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest continuous vigil hunting for the Loch Ness Monster. At over 27 years.
What a record to hold.
What does he think about it all? Well, simply that, quote, this is a world-class mystery. And of course, what comes with mystery but all kinds of...
Who found nothing? That is hilarious. He's the Guinness World Record of hunting. Spent 27 years hunting for it. And found nothing.
Part of the reason that more than 400,000 people visit Loch Ness every year is in the...
How do you not get demotivated? I don't get a result in something that I'm working on within the first few hours, and I just get demotivated. How do you spend 27 years looking for a whale penis and not get demotivated? That's insane.
Hypothetically, as not extinct, there are still reasons that expel the theory. The average temperature of Loch Ness is only about 5.5 degrees Celsius, or around 42 degrees Fahrenheit. There is no way that a cold-blooded reptile would thrive there. They need warm tropical waters. Plus, if it really were a creature similar to a plesiosaur, they'd have to surface several times a day to breathe. And we'd have more photographic evidence if that were the case.
True.
Or if it wasn't a dinosaur, it could have been a monster-like giant amphibian such as the long-necked newt. Well, that's what R.T. Gould, the lieutenant commander in the British Royal Navy, thought at least. Okay, so if it wasn't a monster, what else could it have been?
A
As for the most realistic animals, there are usually 3 theories.
Imagine none of it was faked. All along the way, these are all like real photographs, people actually searching for a monster, and the whole time it was a long-necked newt. That's the same problem, though. It's a cold-blooded animal trying to live in cold water. It's just not viable.
Put forward the elephant, the Greenland shark, and the Wells catfish.
An elephant? First of all, an elephant. What the fuck? An elephant in the loch? Wells catfish, okay. Greenland shark in the loch. People just really don't consider water temperature or salinity at all when they make these predictions. They just make shit up. Vibing in Scotland, as elephants do.
California biologist Dennis Allen, the surgeon's photograph we saw earlier, showed the top of the elephant's head and its trunk up in the air. But what was an elephant doing in Loch Ness?
There wasn't an elephant.
Circuses were common, so very well could have been a circus elephant going for a swim.
What? An escaped circus elephant swam across the lock, and someone took a picture where you could see its back, its head, and its trunk sticking out, and that's what they. Wow. Hey.
As for the Greenland shark, well, those slight creatures can reach up to 20 feet in length, and despite living in the Atlantic Ocean, are known to be able to survive in fresh water as well. The Wells catfish, on the other hand, was the idea of none other than our Guinness World Record holder Steve Feltham, who thought that the species might have been released into the water during the late 1800s.
Just don't.
Phenomenon as well. Some folks thought it was nothing more than a tree trunk. Others, including Italian.
Giant Creatures by
This is my
Chillis.
chill out video because it is by my boy, Mr. Burger King Foot Lettuce. 11 giant creatures. This giant creature was caught on tape.
Creatures are all over the internet. It is frequently seen. Number 11. A mysterious blob recently oozed its way onto the shore of Central Mexico. It has no smell and therefore is not a floating.
Like, I was fully expecting his voice, but oh my god. When it came in, it just hit me. I was like fully expecting him to sound like him, but not as much as he did.
Piece of sea garbage. Researchers are possibly.
Well,
You think you know something they
I'm actually gonna save this video that way I can go back and go get the garbage.
well,
size. I'm guessing this creature had very little predators and could have eaten practically anything it wanted.
well. Just looks like decaying muscle mass.
10. Number 10. This underwater video was shot aboard the EV Nautilus, a famous
Nauta!
sunken Titanic.
The
Little
EV
does the crew know their
Nautilus.
moments
Oh my god, this.
of mystifying discovery. Off in the distance, they spy.
I actually enjoyed Chillis, but then I kind of fell out of like the loop.
God, it's a-
If his voice was better, maybe I'd watch him.
We have them fast.
I don't like being mean because of Weasel's voice. Sometimes I do.
Or it could be fishing line. You don't want that. Giant creatures. The reason that he acted like they backed away in fear could be fishing line. They didn't back away in fear. They just didn't want their propellers to get caught in fishing line, bro.
What looks like a long floating rope of intestine is actually a creature known only as a siphonophore. I'm not sure.
You just heard them say it. How are you saying it wrong? Where did you come up with siphonophore? They just said siphonophore. Fuck.
It is being carried by the current
Sorry,
and moving
I'm
on
angry.
its own, but at one point it does come close to the team and almost seems to demonstrate a limited degree of curiosity.
Giant creatures. Yes, that it literally looks like a pinworm, an over glorified pinworm. It actually looks like a pinworm though, or a tapeworm. That doesn't look scary.
Hovers nearby.
There's no degree of curiosity. It's a colony of tiny organisms. It is not. There's no.
Number 9.
We
A
tend
Russian
to-
YouTuber named Diamond Operator rides his bike past a giant creature that is easily twice the size of a person.
Jesus
The
Christ.
creature uses its many legs to easily close the distance between itself and Diamond Operator. Hopefully the police were able to sort the situation out. Whatever.
It looks like some sort of hyper advanced animatronic.
Hopefully the police were able to sort this situation out. What are the police supposed to do in this situation? Is that really in the protocol? In the police academy?
I know it's weird. I want to know what it is. Like, who built that thing? The thing is I'm not saying any high def videos of ghosts are fake or are all real, We gotta be careful because when people film like paranormal stuff in clear cameras, sometimes it can be fake like this. And plus, if it was a creature, why would I want to go out? If I were this creepy creature, why would I want to chase somebody on a bike in the middle of broad daylight? I wouldn't want to do that.
The police later died. Number 8. This video taken in Jacksonville, Florida, and posted to YouTube by the Jacksonville.
It's Florida. It's a giant beer, dude.
Shows a gigantic dinosaur-looking creature with an impossibly long neck that stretches up to meet the roof of a nearby building. You only get.
Do you know how? Chills. Did you know? Did you actually know that things such as fake dinosaurs are built in cities to appease the children? Did you never know that? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. It's a statue of a sauropod.
Yeah, let's say a statue. Come on.
It's a zoo. They have models and statues. Huh?
However, since the creature does not move at all,
6,
it could be a statue
7,
CGI.
8,
Could it be a statue?
9.
Number 7. Everyone knows about the ostrich.
God, ostriches are.
Everybody knows about.
Everybody knows about
Pike.
the.
I just can't take it.
Oh my god, no, kill me.
Another 100-pound bird that can do you in with a razor-sharp inside talon. First of all, check out this vicious.
Stop talking like that.
This would have no problem slicing you or me wide open, and the hissing scream it makes is unlike any other bird.
I've identified.
Are you actually saying the ostrich is scary? Ostriches are dumb as hell. They are the stupidest animals on planet Earth. Their eyes are bigger than their goddamn brain. Put that into perspective. Their eyes are bigger than their brain. The dumbest birds to I'm sorry if you like... What's it called? I'm sorry if you like the ostrich, but it's a dumbass animal, okay? I don't hate the ostrich, but it's not gonna get the the intelligence award or whatever.
Problem.
Wide open, and the hissing scream it makes is.
He's using a rake, and a rake that is bending at the touch. Like use a knife or a gun or something. The problem isn't the bird is dangerous. The problem is that you are using a bendy rake to fight it off.
Number 6. Nobody is sure what the U.S. forces are doing with this 2014 video taken from an undisclosed location somewhere in New Mexico, apparently. Some people are claiming this is simply a drill using new technology we don't know
Meerkats
about.
are my
Others
fav.
say that this is not an exercise at all.
Meerkat.
A real desert battle with a creature. Listen to the noise it makes and tell me if you think this is the
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Number 5. On this night in Florida, a YouTuber named Deer Meat for Dinner is after a different type of wild game. 4 grown men struggle to pull a gator aboard.
Why are you pulling that on that tiny boat? Why would you pull that on that tiny boat? What are you doing? Why does that need to go on the boat?
For a while, it looks like they might lose their grip and let their catch sink to the bottom. The entire time, I'm waiting for the gator to snap back to life as they roll it onto the boat.
Why?
Meat for Dinner orders everyone away from the tail.
That is-
back. The team needs an actual heavy-duty.
That is so Florida, though. They just kill an alligator and have it for dinner.
The YouTuber is a pretty tall guy.
Jesus
This little
Christ.
tail alone comes up all the way to his head.
Top giant creatures, it's not like Cthulhu. It's not Cthulhu. It's not freaking it's a goddamn alligator. I get alligators can be scary. What the heck is this? Like, that's an alligator. Nobody's surprised to see the alligators are big. They are massive. Alligators are naturally really big animals.
Why? Rod suspending the day kayak fishing when a terrifying creature suddenly takes flight above water. It has a snake-like body, a large hole for a mouth, and 2 elongated fins that look very...
That's a flying fish.
Those aren't 2 elongated fish eating another fish.
Fortunately, the animal changes its trajectory at the last second inside.
It's a fish!
I mean, it's cool, but it's not. It's clearly just a fish that's being eaten by these 2 fish. It's not a flying fish. This is a fish that is dead and being eaten by these 2. Like, he's acted like they were one organism attacking.
2 elongated fins.
No.
These aren't elongated
Very
fins.
sharp to the touch.
Giant creatures caught on tape. It's literally the size of a man's hand.
8 seconds into the video, Bear raises
Eight.
his hands in surprise, but I doubt it would have been enough to protect
190.
Fortunately, the animal changes its
8,
trajectory.
85,
Second and silently sinks
80.
back into the water.
Man, why does everything have to be so sensationalized? That's cool. 2 fish managed to propel themselves out of the water while eating another fish. That's cool as hell while eating a dead fish. Why does it have to be a giant, mysterious creature? Why can't it just be a cool...
It's not even big either.
Yes, it must have bitten
Wiener,
the fish
big
line.
boy wieners are bigger than that thing.
This
Oh, it was on a line? So they didn't even pull it out of the... He pulled the fish out of the water and there were fish feeding on it. Oh, this is... okay, yep,
next
monster.
entry has this sighting of a giant creature in Vancouver belongs to a
That-
talented YouTuber named Hollywood Scotty, who is known for professional
It's a mind flayer, I'm calling.
Obviously, the chances of a special effects designer.
It is. He's just having some fun with Blender, man.
Number 2.
Okay.
Giant flat creature.
Giant creature.
Can we just be honest? If there were giant creatures on Earth right now, nobody would be existent. Okay, can I be honest? Let's say I never knew, like I was never human and I was this giant creature. Oh, look at these little guys. They are in like these little buildings, and they're tiny and weak. They have little ineffective like shooty things, and they look like they look tasty. Let's kill them. Also, you know, because what do big things do to smaller things? They can destroy them or eat them. Okay? Bigger ones always win. If there was a big creature, if you were a big creature, tell me you wouldn't wipe out every freaking city. Like, put humanity on the side. Tell me you wouldn't wipe out every city on Earth.
Caught on tape and it's true.
Yep.
A confirmed bystander pushes it back into the water.
Oh,
with
he
her
dead, my
paddle,
dude.
which
There's no
could be a
point.
mistake because it proceeds to head directly.
It's an oarfish.
Laying on
Forfeit.
its monster in real life are very slim. Number 2.
Okay.
Flat creature
Giant creatures caught on tape and it's true.
is actually a oarfish. Laying on
I knew it was an oarfish.
confirmed bystander pushes it back into the water.
Oarfish are not monsters. They're literally... They wash up on the beach all the time. This is not... what's it called? This is not an irregular occasion.
Fucking tiny. They could not fit your finger in their mouths. There is no danger of an oarfish coming towards you.
Although it seems more concerned with getting away than taking a bite, this is still not.
It's not concerned with getting away, it's concerned with fucking dying because of a deep sea fish that is now in the upper ocean because it got sick. That fish is dead within the day.
Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds as I upload more
I'm not. I don't care.
Tap that follow button to websites. Number 1. These friends are playing with the boy.
Giant creature caught on camera.
Catches their eye and gives them pause, completely filling the wide gap between 2 nearby trees. Is a tall, dark figure that may or may not be wearing a business suit.
That you just ended. What? That's TV comedy.
What?
gotta replay that. What? When something out of place catches their eye and gives them pause, completely filling the wide gap between two nearby trees, is a tall, dark figure that may or may not be wearing a business suit.
Wow. Okay. I guess he was onto it. He was onto them too much. He was doing too much.
Da 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 da. Mysterious giant creatures caught on camera.
I can't join, can I?
These are thick, they're double.
5
Why they saw me women's clothing? I am man.
accidentally caught on camera. There's a lot
You can't join because you're not PS4 Plus. Your mom won't let you get you. $60 per year.
They're mysterious and they're gigantic. I am excited.
Unidentified creatures are seen around the world fairly regularly. However, it's rare that these creatures are ever captured on camera, especially by complete accident. From a mythological sea creature to a real-life dragon, here are 5 giant, unexplainable creatures that were caught
You
on camera
talking
by
to me?
complete mistake. Number 5.
Oh, I thought you were talking. It's just for my friends. I'm sorry.
Multiple occasions, this mysterious species of creatures were captured on camera, and rather strangely, often by military vessels.
So it's like a fish with human legs. It's like the opposite.
Oh
of
God,
a
no! Don't curse that. Fish with human legs.
Japanese thing.
The creatures are typically white colored, with an estimated.
It's just a Fresno walker, dude. Just calm down. It's a Fresno walker that's not in Fresno. Oh my God. They actually they put in the moga.
In one report, military crew members aboard a submarine thought that they were witnessing a strangely shaped enemy vessel. These sightings seem to most frequently occur at night, making most of these creatures extremely difficult to capture on camera. Though in the following videos, crew
Or maybe
do just that.
they don't exist.
Were captured aboard an ocean vessel and captured the supposed ninja creature by complete mistake.
Looks like
Take a look.
a salamander. Nice blender skills. Can you please teach me how to do that? Come at me, bitch.
What am I looking at? How are there countable numbers of pixels every fucking site?
A man aboard a cable car incidentally captured video of a strange The man was an extremely long distance away, so it's hard to make out any distinct features of the beast, making it that much more mystifying.
Sure.
However, one thing is for sure, whatever this is, it is absolutely huge.
It's a coastal leviathan from oh my God. It's just a submarine about to nuke your city.
Yep. Nice. Yep. So huge we can't see it. Oh shit. Wow. They forgot to edit the video.
Number 3.
The sounds are really
In
obnoxious.
this next video, a camera was sent down to inspect the shaft of an oil rig when it managed to capture an extremely odd creature on video. The strange being hardly even looks like a living creature at all, though many speculate that it could be a strange type of jellyfish, or even a whale placenta. However, neither of these theories seem to immediately fit, as there are strange blobs and shapes seen on the creature's skin that don't seem to be characteristics of either a placenta or a jellyfish. However, scientists have recently explained that it is, in a way, actually both. The creature is known as a placental jellyfish, also known as, well,
This
the name
is
you
what
see on
people
screen.
were
This
confused by?
specific type of jellyfish is usually seen in the Atlantic Ocean.
So So it's not mysterious. It's not gigantic.
We've discovered it.
I guess it was accidentally caught on camera. So jellyfish. Okay, cool. Not gigantic. Not mysterious. Wow, wow. Pretty cool though. It does look like a plastic bag, like a degraded plastic bag, or a tarp or something. Why is the music so fucking unsettling? These videos aren't unsettling, but the music is. I'm so over the music. How is this video so long? None of these are this long. This is so long.
Number 2.
That was insanely long.
A man was recently filming a thunderstorm in his local area when he captured what appears to be a dragon on camera. And
Sure.
no, you didn't hear that incorrectly. This appears to be video evidence of an actual dragon.
Wow.
There are countless videos such as this on the
If there were dragons, why are we not like? Why are our militaries not mobilized about them? Not saying that they're real, because I don't want to be an asshole, but they're not.
The pixels all match up, the frame rates are consistent, and the lighting appears to be completely genuine.
With a Blender file.
Your thoughts in the comments.
Blender.
You should do a Lego building stream.
There's no. He says this is a dragon right there, like right. God, Jesus Christ, you can't even see it. It's right there. Where's the scale? There's no scale to this. Like, what are we supposed to know? How long is that? We don't know how far it is away. We don't know the scale of what the clouds are. There's no way to accurately measure it. There's no scale to it. You can't determine how big it is. It could literally be a crow like 20 feet away.
Dragon.
And that...
The pixels all match up, by the way. Bird is funny. What does that mean? The pixels all match up. What scientific process do you go through on a
Hey.
video to determine if it's real or not? To see if the pixels all match up.
There's no scale.
It does kind of just look like a condor or something. He is panting really hard. That was intense. Why is he still recording? Oh.
Oh my God, it's still going on?
What? Okay. It flies like a parrot flies. You know what I mean? It flies like a parrot, like a parakeet or something. And the tail looks like a parakeet tail too. The size is the only thing that doesn't really make sense. But it must be a dragon, obviously.
Number 1. An explorer from Australia captured footage of what he claims is a giant Nephilim on camera. Nick Malicki, also known as the Nephilim Hunter, says that he didn't notice the creature until reviewing the footage hours later at home. He says, normally I know the smell of these things, but one of the guys had a flaming torch, so I couldn't catch the scent.
Wait, what am I
of the smell
looking
of
at?
kerosene. In the video, we can see the creature taking shelter in an alcove inside of a cave. When the camera is pointed toward the creature, you can see it attempt to shield its eyes from the bright light. Even stranger is that if you look extremely closely, you may be able to make out what some believe is a
Obviously
second creature
fake.
lurking behind the larger one, possibly a
Obviously
baby
fake.
Nephilim. Take a look at the creature in the following video, but be warned, the audio is impressively terrible.
No, he wasn't wrong about the audio. Yeah, the audio is the part that's impressively terrible. Rock. It's just part of the rock. Right?
Dangerous Amazon River monsters. Mysterious monsters con Google Earth.
The most mysterious creature spotted on Google Earth.
In June 2016, someone posted they had seen an eerie green glow in the depths of the waters off Antarctica. Thanks to Google Earth, at first glance, everything looks normal around Deception Island in the South Pacific.
Deception Island.
But when you zoom in, there are some...
Also, Whalers Bay is such a shitty name for this. There's no whales. This is the bay in the middle of an island. Whales can't get there or live there. What a stupid name for a bay.
People started speculating it was actually the Kraken.
Okay. I mean, that just looks like algae, right? It's just the bioluminescent algae.
Coming out of nowhere.
Isn't it just bioluminescent algae? I don't know. That's my theory. But
People started speculating it was actually the Kraken.
I love this. You know, I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of visualizations of the Kraken, you know, this giant sea monster, giant squid, grabbing people, wrapping its arms around ships. But by far my favorite is this ball sack with horns and way too many eyes. That is my favorite visualization of the Kraken I think I've ever seen. Yeah, this makes sense. This is definitely what the green glow was.
Other people guess that this unusually large object in the water could be a UFO, or even an Antarctic version of the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay, so
Reaper Leviathan.
Shut up then. It wasn't just someone was like, okay, well the most logical thing is a Kraken. They're also like, oh, it's a UFO. Also, it's the Antarctic Loch Ness Monster. So people are just making shit up. Glad we cleared that up.
Those who are familiar with this area know that the water around here is full of tiny islands and rocks, and it turns out that this is Sail Rock. It's nearly 30 meters tall and located in the same place as this creature on Google. The more
It's just a rock. They showed me that weird-ass Kraken just to tell me it's a rock.
legends of Bigfoot can be traced back to Native American.
Ooh, Bigfoot on Google Earth.
Scientists have not ruled out this creature's existence. And in 2013, it seems that one was spotted by Google Earth. Despite only being visible from one angle, some YouTube...
Yep, that's Bigfoot.
The hairy beast was said to be lurking within the trees. Others pointed out that the alleged thing looked like a burnt tree stump. It's very hard.
Yep, tree stump. Yep, bear. Yep, a million other things than a Bigfoot.
If the massive animal was, in fact, a shark, it posed little harm to humans due to the...
That doesn't look that big. Again, even if this is a shark, like not, you know, optical vision, this is like a regular dinghy. Like a shitty small boat. I mean, that makes sense that a shark, that, you know?
And now for number 5. But first, if you're new here, welcome, and be sure to subscribe. Also, let me know any requests you have for
Jesus Christ, she just turned up the tone like 10 times. Yeah, so, that's the number 5. And if you're new here, welcome! Make sure to subscribe!
In 2010, a new species of hominid was revealed via the discovery
A new
of
human?
2 fossil skeletons in South Africa. The 2 fossils were of an adult female and an adolescent male, who are thought to have fallen 1.9 million years ago in Malepa, South Africa.
Rip them.
Deep cave. After falling into the cave,
What does this have to do with Google Earth?
animals remained safe. While his search didn't yield photos of the hominids themselves, it led him to climb the cave when he otherwise may not have, and prompted him to explore it in person.
Most mysterious creature spotted on Google Earth. So he just saw a cave on Google Earth.
This discovery proves that while Google Earth is a fun tool for searching for legendary creatures whose existence have yet to be proven, it's also invaluable to the field of science and for
What is
learning
that?
about the prehistoric world. 2 novice Loch Ness monster hunters named Peter and Gibson have
There are Loch Ness Monster hunters? There are people who actively search for the Loch Ness Monster, like, as a job? Actually kind of sounds kind of dope. You know you'll never find it, so it's job security. Your entire life, you know that you will have a job because you can always just keep looking for it and you'll never find it. My job, you know, maybe one day we don't need a fish biologist anymore. So I'm fishing the Loch Ness Monster. Who knows?
For some reason, the on Apple devices. The official Loch Ness Monster fan club was undeterred, however, and took the matter into their own hands for further investigation.
What is going on screen? Just show the fucking...
Report 2013 was the first year since 1925 that there were no credible sightings. Number 3.
It didn't even show it. Okay, I guess we just don't even get to see it.
Sightings. Number 3. Crabzilla.
Crabzilla. Oh boy.
Really? Fuck. Okay, Crabzilla.
The gigantic creature was dubbed Crabzilla, and the picture went viral.
That is such an easy Photoshop.
Crabzilla. Sorry, I just need to get out my energy because fucking Crabzilla.
The photograph first appeared the day before in the blog.
That's not Google Earth, by the way. This is like someone added this.
The picture went viral.
Like, this is not, if you actually go to this location on Google Earth, this is not what you will see. You will not see this. This is added in after. Like, what is this location? Whitstable Harbor. I'm opening Google Earth. Let's check for listen, if Crabzilla is there, I will admit that Crabzilla is real. Don't say it moved. It's it's a photograph. Alright, everybody. This is where everyone says it is. Right here. This Whitstable Harbor. This is Crabzilla. Can you move? Enhance. You guys see him? You see it? Everyone's saying they see it. I have to be real with you guys. I don't see it. Zoom in? How much further can I zoom? This is the max I can zoom in. You don't have an Apple device? That was the other thing. Go to Street View. Okay. You guys see crap? If you're trying to see it, you won't see it. Okay? Let me not try to see it. Let me just go at it completely unbiased. I'm just looking at the ocean. I don't see it. You need glasses to see it? Okay. Here. What about these polarized sunglasses that are on my desk? Holy shit. Put on polarized sunglasses, it's right there. Wow. You can see the claw and the legs. Wow. Guys, you just have to put on polarized and it's gone. Wow. You guys were right. Crabzilla's real.
He claimed, however, that he later witnessed the Crabzilla firsthand. Whether Lynch was being truthful or not about this freak encounter, the images ultimately proved to be fakes. The largest...
But Crabzilla!
Here, spotted a giant mystery sea creature off New Zealand.
Hold on, I've been informed that Nat has posted proof. Oh my god. How did we miss it? It was right there the whole time.
It looked like a long dark line in the water, like me following a boat. When Heron stated in an
Like a
interview
rope?
with the Daily Mail that it might have since it lacked the white frothiness customarily seen in boat trails. This sighting came just about a week
I didn't see it.
after Crabzilla was spotted. When Heron's assessment of the image as
Okay. So, giant sea worm, everybody with me?
when the low-quality satellite images zoomed in, the features of a boat at the head of the dark trail
You can literally see the boat waves. Okay.
vaguely detectable. Experts believe Mount Mabu, which stands at 5,600 feet tall, is southern Africa's largest medium-altitude rainforest.
I love highly specific awards. It's its largest medium-altitude rainforest. So it's the
What?
largest mountain.
Hey.
How was your day?
Good.
medium altitude that is also a rainforest.
Mike Mabu's fascinating biodiversity taught the scientists about parts of this world that are full of wildlife yet to be discovered.
This is called the most. I almost feel like there's such a disconnect between what they're saying and what they're advertising. It's called the most mysterious creatures spotted on Google Earth. And it's just a mountain that someone looked at and was like, hey, we probably haven't explored that yet, huh?
The expedition was successful enough for the Mozambique government to declare in 2009 that they will take measures to conserve Mount Mabu. They thought the builders hadn't taken to Google Earth out of curiosity of the Earth.
Yeah, none of these creatures are mysterious. Crazy what happens when we just leave nature alone. Yeah, it's crazy how, like, the one spot that humans weren't fucking up had all of the cool animals. It's almost like we don't fuck it up and they do stuff.
Need to hire? Hire up to 10 times more efficiently with Indeed hiring platform. Screening, scheduling, communications, all automated. Indeed hiring platform.
Biggest sea monsters ever. Oh, okay.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face while you're sleeping.
Come on. Come on. Can we just not start every video with this shit? Can we just not? Can we just not? Every fucking video. Zach, do it, please. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Absolutely not. I'm not doing it. Nope. 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 You're gonna have to get over it. You guys. Nope. Sorry.
The open sea. Look in any direction, and the vastness of the deep blue water swallows your vision. Down below, the abysmal depths, home to some of the biggest sea monsters ever. These are the massive sea creatures terrorizing the world beneath the sea surface. Many of these creatures stalking the waters are a little bloodthirsty, but others are downright fierce-killing machines. Then we have those that are bizarre-looking and absolutely terrifying, the makings of our own imagination. Not all monsters lurking in the depths are creepy and frightening.
It's gonna be like a sea cucumber, ain't it?
Glorious majesty. So grab your scuba gear and suit up. We're diving right into the belly of the deeply mysterious sea to find the world's biggest to find out more about the sea monster that's making the blue whale look like cuddly Nemo. Number 10. Crabzilla.
No! Crabzilla. Imagine it's Crabzilla, but it's Mr. Crab. Well, I have to search that. That has to exist. I have to say this, man. I mean, what? Crap. I'm sorry, but can we just imagine? Oh my God! Thanks for letting a crater, you jackass. Imagine like somebody sitting bored one day and saying, "What if I had a legend? What if I made a legend? The biggest, deadliest sea monster, a crab, a damn crab." They walk around, they get pissed, and they go, and then they pinch people. Like it's a crab. No, stop.